Hey guys, it's Jessica from craftedandstampin.blogspot.com, and today I wanted to show you the 5th card that I made using the Free to Be Me paper pack and the May stamp of the month, You've Got a Friend. The Free to Be Me paper pack, as I'm sure you've heard me say all month long, is the constant campaign for National Scrapbooking Month. You can get this paper home to you just by spending $50 in my online store, which will be posted down below, www.craftedandstampin.blogspot.com. And once you spend $50, you can get a paper pack that is full of 14 amazing pages for just $5. And let me show you really quickly. Let's see. Don't mind this pack because I've already dipped into it. But it is chock full of amazing paper. I'm sure you've seen me go over it 100 times, so I don't want to go over it again. And for those people who have seen it and say, geez, Jess, you're really on this kick. But there is a video that I will also post a link to that shows you the entire paper packs. That way you can see what you're going to get. So for this card today, I'm going to utilize, like I said, the Free to Be Me paper pack and the May stamp of the month, You've Got a Friend. And we're going to be using the You're the Apple of My Eye stamp. We're going to be using some chocolate ink and some black ink. We're also going to be using sponge dauber for my chocolate ink, and we're going to be using some gold polka dot washi and some durable triangle studs and my micro tip scissors. So let's go ahead and get started. So I have a piece of the White Daisy cardstock, and I cut it at 4 by 5.5. And I went ahead and already got a piece of this really cool green, and oh look, the light caught it just the right way. See how it reflects? It's like textured and shiny. I cut this at 4 by 5.25 as well, or 5.5, because I'm going to go ahead and actually physically mount it right to the front of my card base because I want my whole card base to be taken up by this. But before I go ahead and do that, I'm going to, actually before we even go ahead and assemble the card, I need to finish getting the pieces together. So, like I said, this piece was cut at 4 by 5.25, or 5.5. I keep saying 5.25. And then I have another piece of the fun, look, there we go, perfect. This is the lagoonish, I call it, color that's in there, and it's textured as well. I cut that at 2.25 by 2.25, and then I just have a piece of this is the red that is textured as well, but we're going to be using the back because that's what we're going to stamp our apple on. And this is also going to be, this is just a scrap piece because we're going to fussy cut it with our micro tip scissors. This piece is a piece of the feather paper, which I love, and it was cut by 2 by 5.5. And that's going to go right up the middle of our card. And now what we need to do is we need to cut these little pieces out. So what I'm going to do is, this is actually from the, what did I use? This is a Kiwi Designs Template. And I'm actually just going to take this and I'm going to trace it right on to the piece of feathers with the arrows going the way I want them to go. So I want my arrows to go straight up and down. And all I'm going to do is line this up. Let me move it up so that way you can see. I'm just going to line it simply right along the bottom. And I'm going to take a pencil and I'm going to just trace it out. And it doesn't matter if when you cut it, if the lines are showing or whatnot, because we're going to be using that chocolate ink that I showed you to go ahead and use our sponge dauber and ink the edges, so we're not going to really be seeing it, so you don't have to worry so much. Now, you absolutely could use a Cricut cartridge for this. I actually do have some templates that I'm making myself out of my my art booking cartridge, but for now I'm just going to use these. And I'm just going to go ahead and use my micro tip scissors, and the links for all of the close to my heart products that I use, which is going to be everything with the exception of the Kiwi Designs Template, will be listed below. And it's very hard to cut this with the camera in my way. I said this on the card I did the other day. I'm so sorry. It's so awkward. So I also wanted to give a big shout out while I'm cutting this to all my customers online and to all the girls that joined my team in April. I totally just felt like a celebrity with Close to My Heart when I called up to ask a quick question. Because I'm a director now, I get to call the special bat line, which is awesome. And when I said my name, the girl was like, "Oh my gosh, how are you?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm good, thanks." And she's like, "Wow, congratulations on getting to director. You skipped like a ton of titles." And I really felt like a celebrity. So thank you so much to everybody who joined my team and all my customers. I really appreciate it. I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for you, and you make my job fun. So that's what I would like to say. Okay, so all I'm doing is, like I said, I'm taking my fun sponge dauber, which everybody seems to love these. We sell these in bulk now. We just started selling them in bulk in the spring summer catalog, and it's a great deal. I will tell you that I used to use the sponge, which is still good, but my fingers always got all funked up with the ink. I don't need any help getting my fingers all inky. I'm completely messy myself, but this is nice to just be able to do really quickly and not get my fingers all funky for more ink. So I'll list the daubers down below as well. I have a lot of people that message me and ask what am I using. So yeah, just wanted you to know what that is. So I'm going to go ahead and ink all these pieces up in the chocolate ink. The only piece I'm not going to ink up is the lagoon-looking color, I should say, piece, because I don't want that inked up. I kind of like the way it looks without the ink on it. But all these other pieces I'm going to do, well, not the red either, because that's just going to be, oh, how did I cut that? That's just going to be for us to fussy cut anyway. Okay, so done with the chocolate ink. Let's go ahead and use the black. And I'm going to be using my 3x3 stamp block, which is all crowded up from me using it. And I'm going to get my stamp out. And make sure you're stamping on top of your foam. It will help make your image come out nice and crisp, okay? And where there's maybe pieces where you're not applying enough pressure, that's what the foam will do. It'll help make sure you're getting all that pressure on it. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and stamp my image. I'm just going to push down, and then I'm just going to pull it off. See how nice that looks? Okay, that's because of the foam. You always want to use the foam that we give you in the stamp sets to stamp on top of. Okay, so now I'm going to do some more fussy cutting. Just going to cut around and leave a little bit of the red tip, or a little bit of a red edge with my scissors. And these scissors are awesome, and numerous times I have cut myself with them already. They're very sharp, so be very careful, but they're perfect for cutting and not leaving frayed edges because of how sharp they are. Okay, so we have our little apple all cut out. Let's go ahead and get our card all together now, okay? So, where did I move all the pieces to? Here they are. Let's go ahead, get them going. I'm actually going to just use my ATG just because it's going to be much quicker for me to go ahead and get it adhered on. Okay. Okay, so we have the base on. Now we're going to go ahead and put this piece on, our arrow piece, and I just kind of like guesstimated at how much of a difference I wanted along the sides. So that's all you really need to do. Uh-oh. Okay. I just want to make sure that it's gonna stay stuck down on the edges. Okay. So I kind of gotta mess with this a little bit. Eek, that's too far over. There we go. Alright, that piece is on. Now let's get our feathers on, and make sure you have the feathers going the way you want them to go before you adhere it down. Hands are sticking everywhere. Okay, I know I want this big feather going up and down right here. And once again, I'm just going to kind of guesstimate how much room I leave. That looks to be pretty good. That works for me. Okay, now I'm going to do 2 pop-ups here. And let's get some foam tape cut. And then I'm just going to go ahead and get my foam tape cut real quick. Okay. Oh, and before we do that, hold on. We're going to take, I almost forgot this. We're going to take our washi, and this is sometimes difficult for me because I have new fingernails, as y'all can see. And all I'm going to do is rip it, and I'll adjust it accordingly. There we go. And all I'm going to do is just snip off the rough edge. And then just be real careful along the side if you do it this way, because you don't want to cut your seam. Okay, and make your card open. So we've got that on. Let's get some foam on my apple. Oopsie. Okay, I think I'm happy with the way that looks. And then I'm going to center this. Perfect. Okay, now I'm going to take some of those durable triangle studs, and I'm going to take some silver ones and my tweezers. And I'm going to take 2 of the studs and just place them going down. I'm going to try and go as close to the middle as I can. Oops, that's way crooked. There it goes. And that's it. That's our card. See how quick and easy it was to make that? Isn't it so cute? And this is the last of the cards that I made using the You've Got a Friend stamps. And that's about it. So thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out my online store. I'll list everything down below. My website is www.craftandstampin.blogspot.com. And I'm so sorry, there's a giant spider in my craft room. All the information will be listed below. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to catch you crafting and stamping. Bye.